play of the game from way down.
Two, silence. Rainer getting absolutely
A team wipe.
The living bomb's going.
Oh my goodness, the ring. Bomb stats, Nico gonna find Rainer.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Nexus Gaming series. I'm your host Aero, and tonight we're going to see a game between the Furters and Phoenix Rising Amethyst coming out from the Division D East. Now this, it's important to note that this is a replay cast, so we're not going to have quite the full breadth of everything that we would normally have, but we do have some information, and so we're going to go ahead and go through those details, and we will be able to watch the matches. We just won't really be able to cover the draft. So real quick here, let's take a look at what we've got map-wise coming out here. So Furters had, let's see, banned out Alterac Pass and Sky Temple, and we've got Phoenix Rising Amethyst banning out Battlefield of Eternity and Cursed Hollow. First game going to be played over there on Infernal Shrines, and it looks like that was the selection of Furters. Alrighty, so let's see here. Give me 1 second here. Okay, sorry about that. Had to do a mod duty real quick there. So, welcome everybody. Let's see. I'm not going to show you standings because, you know, reasons. Don't want to give away the surprise of how this goes. But we do have a little bit of an issue here, just in general. So the game has patched since then. So we're going to get, for example, right now, we're going to get a lot of background noise. It's going to be very loud to start with. And then I'll pause the game, I'll remove the overlay, I'll adjust the sound, and then the only thing about that is that the overlay at the top is not going to line up. So I'll show that for a few moments at the beginning so that we can showcase our teams and who's playing who. And then after that, I'm going to take that off. So you'll just have to remember which team is playing on which side. Oh, right. Yeah, let's tab out of that, see if we can't limit the sound there. Now, you may hear some squeaks occasionally in the background because a certain somebody got a new toy today because it's her birthday, so Alice is all kinds of excited. All right, game's loaded. Let's go ahead and get these options fixed. Now, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to do this after, well, when we do every single game. So I think we want about 25% on the sound. And shoot, what was the other thing? Enable mouse scroll, that's the other one. All right, we are all set to go. So here we go, game number 1 between Furters and Phoenix Rising Amethyst. Give it a second to load. There we go. All right, over here. Oh, that might be still a little loud. Hold on 1 second. Let's turn that up a little bit down. We'll go with 20%. That's probably about fine. All right, here we go. Get these teams introduced and on our way. On the left, we got the Furters. It's going to be DJ Cold Cuts playing the Dahaka, Boggs on Raynor, Dallying Pig going to be playing ETC, Indecisive on the Deckard Cain, and Magic Master on the Orphea. Over here to the right, we've got Phoenix Rising Amethyst. Jurassic Monk going to be playing Ariel, Yahtzee on Gul'dan, Boom No Slack on Johanna, Rewind on Chromie, and Seus, I guess, on Leoric. Alright, so there you go. We'll wait for those pop-ups to finish, and then I'll get rid of the overlays there. So what you will be able to see is throughout the game, you will see at the top of your screen here the different talents. So you'll be able to, if you're familiar with the talents, you'll be able to see what they are. Oh, that is definitely way too loud still. One moment. Because that's going to blow you guys away. Why is it still so loud? That might be okay. Chromie is particularly bad on the sound. It's crazy that that's so loud, though. Alright, so anyways, so you'll be able to see these talents up here at the top. I'm going to go ahead and drop this overlay now, so you can see this here. So you'll be able to see, like, for example, Johanna has the Hold Your Ground talent for her Iron Skin. Chromie has this once again for the first time for that extra clone when she gets to 40 stacks there. But right now here, teams are rotating in the mid bot for their XP. And we're going to see Phoenix Rising Amethyst make their way to the Siege Camp first on the left here. And just shortly thereafter, we've got Frank's Furters. I was like, Dallying Pigs. That's not correct. Frank's Furters on the left. So the Siege Camp going to head over to the mid lane for Amethyst here. As shortly thereafter, we're going to see the Siege Camp as well coming out from Frank's Furters. ETC just trying to gather this soak in the middle. Sorry about the squeaks, guys. And this is a little later than I would have liked to have seen them rotate onto this camp, because now we've got a 3v3 here, and ETC is closer than Chromie, so the root's going to come out, is going to hit Oriole. Dallying Pig going to get the knockback, and the Power Slide going to get the stun and the kill there. So first blood going over to the side of Frank's Furters. DJ Cold Cuts there, using that burrow as well, so ultimately making this a 5-on-3 for a bit there. But losing a little bit of soak up here in the top lane as Leoric going to gather all this. Now occasionally we can pop up and check the stacks on talents, because, you know, at the top of your screen you can't see those stacks. But I'll show you why we're not going to keep that overlay up. That is a big overlay. So we can see here real quick, 12 stacks for Chromie so far, 14 for Gul'dan on a Fel Flame quest, not the Echoed Corruption. Also, Prog Rock sitting at 6. So we'll check in on those from time to time, but only when there's not a whole lot of action. We're going to see the rotation here from Frank's Furters coming around behind, maybe looking to try to get this Leoric, but he, of course, can Wraithwalk. So not a whole lot of damage onto him as the team's working on their XP, coming up from the mid lane here. And Magic Master going to be the last one to come out. Now that's interesting, this shows as red. This Orphea... Oh, of course not, because it's not Orphea's Time Trap. It's Chromie's Time Trap. Way to go. Welcome, Aero. First time player of Heroes of the Storm. But so far, the Punisher, the Arcane Punisher here, the Arcane Shrine, started off on the side of Frank's Furters here. We're going to see the Detainment Strike coming out. Dahaka is going to be able to burrow and pop that essence so that he is able to survive. Both teams sitting about equal on the XP, but 21 to 40 so far here. Power Slide going to come in, going to hit 2. The face melt shortly thereafter. Leoric falling very low, but it's going to be Dahaka going down first, and Leoric trying to get away. Has almost no health. Has the hat from Oriole as well. I think maybe that was possibly even a mistake, but they're going to get the Johanna? They do get the Johanna. So 1 for 1 so far here, 30-10 on the side of the shrines here so far, going over to Frank's Furters, but indecisive, out of mana now. There's no more potions coming as they get the power slide, looking for the Gul'dan. They get it, make it another one on the Chromie. So this double mage comp getting rather a lot of damage coming in from Frank's Furters. That's going to be the first Punisher of the game going over to Frank's Furters. They've got their level 7s coming up as well. So we're going to see a couple of talents haven't seen in a while. So we've got this chomp build right here, Ravenous Hunger. So every time that Orphea gets a chomp onto a minion or a hero and they die shortly thereafter, she gets stacks. A hero's 20 stacks and minions are, I think, 1.5. A nice combination of stuns there onto the Johanna between the Dahaka Tongue and ETC's Power Slide, ultimately culminating in the kill of that Crusader as the Punisher getting basically the third in the chain. And we're going to see a little bit of damage going out there onto ETC. Now, ETC doesn't have a whole lot of mana here, but we did get all of this wall in about a third, maybe even 40% of the first fort here so far on the side of Frank's Furters. We got a 4-man push here in the middle, clearing up, gathering some XP as Leoric up in the top lane here. Looking to gather that and then maybe head down to the bot lane now. And this is an interesting comp with the double mage. And it's going to be difficult to execute. Let's see. For Mosh interrupts, they've got Horrify, they've got Detainment Strike, and they've got Johanna's Condemn, and whichever ultimate she takes, either one of those should work. So they have plenty of ways to interrupt a mosh pit, which 100% is the way they go. And there's not a lot of spell armor, like, or if you can get spell armor, I don't think that ETC can. I don't think Raynor can. Don't think that Deckard can. Here comes the rewind coming in onto Magic Master. Gonna get a bunch of damage here, but not able to land enough there. And speaking of mosh pits, along with the Hyperion, the Cocoon, or I'm sorry, the Condemn coming out, Iron Skin used, but 3 heroes falling there to the, ultimately to that mosh pit. The Condemn not quite in time. Our heroics here for the Furters. We've got the Crushing Jaws. A little bit of a difference here. We've seen a lot of Eternal Feast when coupled with that mosh pit. We saw that Hyperion, the Stay a While Illness, and of course the Isolation. And all these time traps just all over the place here, looking for a target that they can pause and maybe get some lockdown and kill. But right now, Phoenix Rising Amethyst needs to get level 10. Chromie has that initial advantage of getting her abilities 2 levels ahead. But now, finally, the rest of the team getting theirs. Now, it's important to recognize, too, here, that Ariel was just changed this week, and this game was from about 10 days ago. So Ariel... Really? Going into Resurrect? Anyway, so take a look at this. After a 5-second delay, they're brought back to life with 50% of their max health where they died. So usually that, in the past, that was not a very good talent. 5 seconds, that's a long time. And 50% health, that's basically just inviting them to die again. But Ariel here saying, we need that. And there's a good example why right there, as Gul'dan falling very quickly. And realistically, they kind of do. I mean, they need to make sure that, like, the Johanna is able to survive there. Dallying Pig getting the knockback there onto 2. Leoric getting the Entomb, but all by himself here. So really just blocking them in and allowing them to kill him, as Chromie wasn't able to get there. There's too much pressure on her. She's almost out of health. And so they were able to get another kill. So far here, 10 kills to 1. Frank's Furters pushing in hard, especially now that they've got 15 to 1 on the count of the shrine. Chromie going in, not able to get much done there, and it looks like Johanna is well going to fall now. For the rest of our ultimates over here, we did see that Leoric Entomb. We've got the Horrify, the Temporal Loop, as we saw. It sounds like we did get a Resurrect there, so Johanna's going to make it back, uses that Iron Skin to get out of danger there. And I believe she has Blessed Shield. She does. So there you go. But this shrine should be all picked up here for Frank's Furters. The root coming out onto Oriole, getting the stay a while, pausing Oriole, and that's going to give one more kill now over to Frank's Furters. 13 kills to 1 in this game. Frank's Furters are pushing hard. No forts down on either side, but with this being a frozen Punisher and there's no wall available for defense, I fully expect that this will be the first Punisher of the game. Now that said, they're pinging on Gul'dan. He is low health, he is low mana, so he can't life tap. Don't even know if he has enough to Horrify. And I'm guessing not, because he just got killed. Johanna trying to make it out there, but it's not going to matter. Raynor coming in, getting that kill. And there goes the first fort. And the Punisher's still sitting at a cool, healthy 75%. So they're going to be looking for more. At least this wall, especially with the Hyperion coming out. Welcome, Dallying Pig. The jump and the root there onto Leoric. So he takes a bunch of the damage, but ultimately is going to be able to walk away. But now they're looking for this keep. Actually, they may very well be able to get this keep if they can get the Oriole kill, but not quite. They have a pretty sizable minion wave here as well. The stay a while and listen getting the pause button there, but the Raynor not quite getting what he wants out of that. And it looks like maybe they don't get this keep. It's going to be very close. Oh, one last minion. Oh, he gets it. But it's going to cost him a couple of heroes. We're going to see the Raynor and the Deckard Cain fall. We might even see the ETC, although I think ETC gets out of this. And it looks like that's the case. Now, all the while, we did see here Dahaka was gathering Soak, picking up siege camps. So there's a double siege camp in the middle. We also have this siege camp now in the bottom that's going to be pressing. And again, there's no keep there. So that goes right to the core, along with any other catapult pressure that builds up while the siege camp is demolishing this bot lane push. But we're going to see the chase here looking after Oriole. And that's a... I mean, Leoric's... Yeah, I was going to say Leoric's got to try to help, but I don't know if he can. And Jurassic Monk went back in looking to see if Oriole could get something there, but Blessed Shield there missed. So Hyperion coming out, just going to get a bunch of damage onto this wall. Maybe even a hit or two onto the keep from the cannon. Doesn't look like it. But still actually getting that well down to half. Very helpful for the next time they can get here. As the rotation coming in onto the camp. Let's check in on some of these talents. So we do have basically everything completed. The only quest talent not completed there is Subdue, which is not super easy to complete, especially when you're going against a Gul'dan Orphea Oriole combo there. Now this is entertaining. We'll see. They're split here, and there's 4 of them instead of the 5 on the other side, but it doesn't matter as Orphea gonna get just a truckload of damage into that party bush, as now Johanna gonna fall as well. So a 3 for nothing there, as Dahaka did come in and get the value. So ultimately did equalize that. I'm sorry, 4 for nothing. Somebody else died in there that I apparently missed. Gul'dan, I think, finally died at the gate here, and I missed that. But it was on the screen, so whatever. You guys saw it. That would be my special co-caster saying that she agrees. But Leoric coming into the middle. This is questionable. Like, I don't understand. Like, you can Hearth as Leoric. You know when your timer is gonna res you. That was pretty much just a feed, I feel like. That was just a, hey, let's forget about that fact and give him some XP. Level 16 is currently available for Frank's Furters. We're still about a half a level away for Phoenix Rising Amethyst. And we see Chromie Not exactly the greatest wave clear in the game. Trying to defend the core here. Is ultimately able to do it. I'm certainly not saying she can't do it, but definitely takes her longer than other heroes. Until 18, and then she gets that piercing sands, and suddenly she demolishes everybody and everything. And that's kind of what they need to be looking for, is like their next talent tiers here. And they're going in, I mean, they could have waited 10 seconds and been okay getting their 16s here, but they are coming into it. The root coming out is barely going to hit Leoric. We do see the bonus spell damage there on Chromie, as Entomb going out, and the Leoric looking like he's probably going to fall here. Oriel, well, maybe not, maybe. Oriel is in danger, getting surrounded by the whole team there, as Furters going to get another 4-man kill here. And yeah, I was going to say, I think they just go win the game. Like, they're going to come back and get this Punisher, but they didn't need to. They should have just gone for the core right then. They could have walked right past this. There's no wall. They could have, you know, ETC could have taken some shots. Everybody walks past it. You go win the game. So we'll see if that costs them anything, because now all of Phoenix Rising Amethyst is going to be up to potentially defend this, and Frankfurters doesn't have level 20 yet. So they at least are on even talent tiers for a few moments, as Leoric and now Oriel is coming back up here. The jump onto the Gul'dan. Mortar shots coming out, but ETC knocking people away there. And Gul'dan's just going to get taken out. Just Raynor going to follow out. Blessed Shield is going to go out there. Boom, no Slock trying to stall this out, but the damage coming out. 3 kills here already. Chromie trying to do some work. Gets the kill onto the ETC, but goes down in payment. And that is a 5-man team wipe, as level 20 is now here and available for Frankfurters. But they don't need it to finish the core at this point. They've got the job done. $30 kills to 4. That was quite a bloodbath. Gonna showcase that for just a moment here as I get set up for the next game. Hey. Enough out of you. Looks like our next game is going to be Tomb of the Spider Queen. And that was the map pick also of Frankfurters. Oh, not one, that one. A ban onto Lily. Alright, fair enough. You love to see it, right? Alright, so this is going to kick me entirely out of the game. So it's going to take me a moment to get the rest of this set up. Okay. And then we'll have to deal with the sound again and all that same stuff, because when it disconnects you from the BattleNet service to be able to watch these replays, you actually, like, all of your settings and everything get just turned off, and obviously you can't message anybody or anything like that. So it's quite a pain in the neck, you know, doing these older replays, and by older I mean anything prior to the current patch. Once they've done a patch, even if it's like a hotfix patch, can't do it. Yeah, it's really annoying. Which is why I try to do them, you know, as soon as possible whenever I can, and why when I'm doing like replay casting, like you can't watch these with another person. The only way to do it would be to like basically share screen. Like the couple of times I've done it, I just basically had share screens on through Discord, and so, you know, that's a little bit of a pain in the neck to deal with, right? Because then, you know, your co-caster has to deal with a smaller screen. They have to deal with not being able to go around and you know, see what's going on where they want to see it. And they can't like just pop up talents or anything like that. So yeah, it's annoying. I mean, I suppose the other thing you could do is you could just both watch the same replay on your own. That just gets a little awkward with the timing and everything. Let's see. All right, just another moment here, just finalizing the information for what heroes everybody's playing. It looks good now, so we'll go ahead and get this started, and we will tab out so that it doesn't blast you guys with the sound. That's never fun. So the second game is going to be Tomb of the Spider Queen. Let's take a look at the map history here. Tomb of the Spider Queen, the bands here from Frank's Furters were Muradin, Lili, and Anna. Phoenix Rising Amethyst banned out the ETC, Raynor, and Deckard Cain. Yeah, okay. I don't know why, like, I wasn't tabbed into that. It shouldn't have done that. Okay. I'm gonna turn the sound all the way down again. So tell me if it's reasonable. If you're getting a bunch of reverb and, you know, stuff like that, let me know. There we go. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. All right. Or if you can even hear it, I'm assuming you guys can hear it about the same volume I can. All right. Oops. On the left, we've got Frank's Furters currently up 1-0 in this best of 3. We've got DJ Coldcuts on the Dahaka, Indecisive play in the Lucio. Boggs going to be playing Genji, Dallying Pig on the Johanna, and Magic Master on the Orphea. And over here to the right, Phoenix Rising Amethyst. We've got Yahtzee playing Sylvanas. We've got Cius on Blaze, Jurassic Monk on that Morales, Lieutenant Morales. Rewind on the Kael'thas on a banned skin. You hate to see it. And Boomnoslock on the Varian. So interesting. I wonder if Varian is the offlaner in this one. It looks like maybe going into that High King's Quest. We get the jet propulsion coming in from, you know what? I'm going to say Caius. We're going to go with Caius. I'm going to probably say that differently every single time I say it. So there you go. We also, we have a Convection Kael'thas. There we go. Oh, does Dahaka die here? Dahaka looks like they might die. They do. They do. What else do we have here? We got the... Is this Accelerando? It sure is. From Lucio, giving him those even faster rotations. Let's see. We've got the Swift Strike, giving that extra movement speed for heroes when he hits them. Hold Your Ground again for Johanna, and Ancestral Strength for Orphea, allowing her to get additional damage to heroes that are slowed or stunned or rooted. And then again, that High King's Quest is mentioned. We've got the Convection for Kael'thas. New Habits, going to give Blaze that Unstoppable when he completes that. But also, probably more importantly, or just as important, the cooldown reduction on his Pyromania. So being able to reduce the cooldown by 8 seconds for each globe. They're going to get the tongue onto Morales. Lucio going to get the boot back. Genji Swift Striking in. But the safeguard talent, or safeguard use there, keeping Morales alive for quite a long time, but ultimately she is going to fall. We also have Unfurling Shadows here for Sylvanas, so she's going to be looking to stack over the game. And then, darn it, I was thinking that was going to happen at some point. We've got life support here from Morales, so every time that she gets, or I guess the target gets hit while they have safeguard, she gets 2 energy. So bottom siege camp is going to be picked up here between the Genji and Lucio. Take them a little bit here. Currently the XP is slightly in favor of Frank's Furters. Let's go ahead and drop that source overlay there so that you can see what the talents are as we go through this. What's the banned skin? Any of the Cyberhawk Kael'thas skins are officially banned. They probably could be unbanned at this point, because the main reason that they were banned was because of the flame strike on Sky Temple, and they adjusted Sky Temple because it was difficult to see. So we're gonna see a 4v3 here, rotation coming out, and that's gonna be the kill onto the Morales once again. So Frank's Furters coming in strong again here. Maybe looking for this Dahaka. It's currently the only kill that Phoenix Rising Amethyst has been able to pick up, and getting him again would be fantastic. He has 12 gems, so that would be a big pickup there. Rewind getting low on mana, so gonna have to pull back. Boom No Slot going into the Fury build with those twin blades. I feel like that is a bold strategy. I don't know. I think Taunt would have been just fine. I mean, they could have probably burst down between Taunt, Jet Propulsion, and the Sylvanas Shadow Daggers, assuming she stacks those up really well. And the Convection Kael'thas, like, I feel like that would have been death potential. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Especially into a Johanna lane. But they do have Stim Drone, most likely anyways, so we'll see. We'll see. Blaze gonna Jet Propulsion in. The 5-man rotation in here from Frank's Furters, looking for the Morales. Once again, able to take her out. Morales is having a bad day. 3 deaths so far in this match alone. As the blue Web Weaver is gonna make it onto the map here. For our first Web Weavers of the game. Typically, you'll see teams focus on the top lane. Let's check in on those convection stacks. Sitting halfway done, sitting at 10. Blaze needs 5 more globes to get his portion done. And Sylvanas sitting at 20 Shadow Dagger stacks. So I think, I don't know this for sure, but I think you ideally want about 10 per level or something like that. I don't play a lot of Sylvanas, so I don't know that for sure. We are going to see Varian versus Johanna and Orphea trying to clear up the bot lane. So what I was saying is, usually you'll see teams kind of start in the top lane because the top lane has the boss. Boss makes that slightly the greater value lane. That said, the bot lane is usually the one that's kind of left open because of that. And it looks like we may see a kill onto Varian, although he does pop that parry to survive. But 10 gems gonna disappear here in just a moment as the bot lane is going to go down with this full squad from Frank's Furters. And the Convection Flame Strikes coming back out, sitting now at 12. 21 stacks there for Genji on his Shuriken quest. 23 now. Shuriken Mastery. Eventually going to give him the refund when he uses Cyber Agility. Also increases the damage. So pretty helpful if he can, especially if he can get 3 into the player. 13 on the Chomp stacks for Orphea, and Frank's Furters sitting with a nice, comfortable level, almost level and a half lead. And that's actually, now that I think about it, that's another reason why the taunt would have been great. Being able to lock down that Genji. Genji comes in and you're like, hey. Fury gives them some sustained DPS. It also potentially gives them the opportunity to solo a boss with Varian if he's so inclined ever at a point where that could work. Dowling Pig gonna have to pop Iron Skin to get out of this. As we see now, the rotation coming up, looking for 6 more. Kael'thas has enough, gets the ping and says, hey, you gotta turn these in, but the stall coming out, Dowling Pig using that flashlight. And level 10's here, so this team needs to back out. Amethyst needs to go. We do see that Crushing Jaws, the Blessed Shield coming out as well. Condemn gonna hit onto 2. Blaze falling very low here is gonna get the tongue pulled back in, but does he survive? No way. No way! Phoenix Rising Amethyst manages to survive the ultimate of questionable calls. Going in 8 versus 10. So what ultimates did we get here? So we saw the Crushing Jaws from Orphea. We saw the Blessed Shield coming from Johanna. Let's see. I didn't actually see, so this must be X-Strike. Yeah, X-Strike for Genji there. I'm getting a good stall from the grenade here. Still a little dangerous. And I think Sylvanas dies here. I mean, she is so close, but the beam from Morales keeping her alive for so long. Dahaka going into isolation once again. And Lucio, I'm assuming sound barrier. Yeah. Let's check in on those stacks. How's Kael'thas doing? 15 stacks so far, 39 stacks of Unfurling Shadows for Sylvanas. And she's got to be a little careful too, because if she gets too close, like Genji can just have a field day with her before she's got some greater mobility at like 13. But she does have that Haunting Wave at 7, which adds those 3 stacks as the blue web weavers coming back onto the map here. So technically 2 in a row, not really back to back, but Varian getting pulled in pops that shield wall, and we're gonna hear the stim drone coming out. Shield wall is, or I'm sorry, not shield wall, the blessed shield going out. So Varian's going to fall before he gets the opportunity to really heal himself up using that second wind. Indecisive, however, on the Lucio going to fall as 1-for-1 trade. And now Phoenix Rising Amethyst is going to get to work on clearing these web weavers. We see the movement pings calling that somebody's coming here. It must be maybe Genji that was calling that, because nobody else is moving that way. They'll clear out mid lane. Top lane probably as well will die before any like well, they might get the well because of the wave here. Does just enough to take out the shield. They're not even going to get the full wall. That tower remains. And Varian's going to clear this up before too much is done in the bot lane, so they did get the wall. But the tower's still up in the bot lane as Convection completed there for Kael'thas, giving him that extra burst of damage. Still 6 gems needed for Phoenix Rising Amethyst to get their web weavers going. Oh, Morales is caught entirely by herself. Uses that level 4 to get a self-heal. But it doesn't matter. Frank's Furters doing a really good job on their rotations, identifying isolated targets and getting the quick kills here. They don't have quite the same setup as much lockdown necessarily as they had with the ETC last game. The power slide, the mosh pit, the face melt, all of those things, you know, really help to set things up, especially when you've got the Dahaka who wants to get a tongue out there. They have Johanna, and so Johanna has a different skill set. Varian maybe is going to get this turned in? Nope. Nope. Delayed once again. And there goes the stim drone. No, it didn't actually. It got interrupted, so no stim drone. Blaze going in with the combustion is not going to hit anybody there. Phoenix was also used. So we're just going to see those 2 ultimates used. However, X-Strike and Sound Barrier were also used on the side of Frank's Furters. Here they come, pulling in again. The flashlight going out. Crushing Jaws coming in as Genji going in deep looking for somebody there. Caius gonna get interrupted out of his jet propulsion, but Orphea has the living bomb, is going to fall. Pulled away so she didn't pass that living bomb over, but Phoenix Rising lost about 25 gems there from the Blaze. And that feels bad because they were pretty much right there. They could have in theory picked that up. Varian did get some of them, it looks like, because he went from 9 to 24. So he got some of them. Discord sounds. You know what? I can probably turn those off. That actually was my my email. I don't think I'm getting Discord sounds. That was my phone pinging. But I did just turn that off to silence, so sorry about that. And here we go. The first web weavers of the game coming in from Phoenix Rising Amethyst. And they're on the retreat a little bit here in the bot lane. This bot lane web weaver pushed so far back is going to lose a lot of its health just on the trip over there, so it's probably not going to get as much value as even the first web weaver that we saw here from Frank's Furters. Top lane is almost done, as is the mid lane. So really, these web weavers not gonna get the value that Amethyst was hoping for. They weren't really able to make use of their Sylvanas here for this push. Let's check in on those stacks. 66 stacks for the Sylvanas. Genji going in, looking to see if he can't get in on the Kael'thas. The gravity lapse going to stall out the damage from Genji. And now we're going to see that stim drone looking for a target right now. It's going to be Morales. And the combustion coming out does hit quite a few there. The Wailing Arrow is going to get the silence out, but Varian's going to fall, followed by Orpheus. So far, this is a 2-for-1. Jet Propulsion's going to come in. There's the Flame Strike from Kael'thas. And the tongue going out onto Sylvanas. So still a lot of damage potential from the side of Phoenix Rising Amethyst as Kael'thas finishing the job onto the Dahaka. So ultimately a 2-for-2 as Sylvanas is going to get potentially 35 gems turned in. It looks like Dowling Pig will get the flashlight to stall. And I don't think he can stall anymore. So we're not going to get 18 more. So only 2 gems. Now Kael'thas all by himself against Johanna and Lucio should be able to get out just fine. But up here, we did see now 53 gems turned in. Oh my goodness! That flame strike just perfectly timed. I don't know, does he have the... Yes. So he was in the middle of his swift strike, I think, when that flame strike went off. Because it looked like there was still the swift strike like on the ground effect. So that was quite a well-timed and honestly somewhat lucky play there from the Kael'thas. But the Web Weaver's picked up by Frank's Furters. That's going to give a little bit of a free clear on the side of Phoenix Rising Amethyst. They don't have their Genji, so there's not as much of a threat. I mean, Dahaka could walk into you, but he would just die. So you really need your Genji there to confirm those kills when somebody's brought low. Now, speaking of brought low here, Morales is going to get caught by the Contem. Orphea just... Oh my goodness. I feel so bad for Morales this game. She's just been picked on the whole time. And there's going to be the Varian as well. And we're going to see a Web Weaver turn in, but much like we just saw, I mean, this is going to give Frank's Furters the chance to just clear it up. Because there's just not enough damage and survivability on the side of Phoenix Rising as they get caught in the crushing jaws here. Blaze did get the combustion out, but again, check it out. Blaze dies, 26 gems sitting right here on the ground. Nobody can get these, and that was just they were too far forward, kind of hoping that their Web Weavers were going to provide them some protection, but not enough. Not enough. 15 kills to 6. Frank's Furters really just in charge of these team fights, but mostly because they're together in Phoenix Rising Amethyst is finding themselves oftentimes split, whether it was the Morales variant in the bot lane or, you know, Morales by herself in the mid lane. Like, they need to find some safer positioning when they don't know where their opponents are. And okay, so we're checking, throwing out the grenade to I guess stall, but there wasn't, I mean, the timer wasn't even up. Siege Camp's gonna get picked up here by Frank's Furters. Right now, I mean, in all seriousness, I'm amazed there's only one fort down. And this is exactly what I quite literally just was talking about. Like, this team is completely split. So that's gonna be a kill onto Morales again. And Varian has the stim drone, so he's able to survive a long time, but not forever. Certainly not against all 5. Sylvanas taking just a truckload of damage. And if I'm Frank's Furters at this point, especially now, if I'm Frank's Furters, I go for boss, and then I turn in. Like, you have a long time before Varian and Sylvanas are on the map. Like, you go boss, you push top, and you probably get the keep with the Web Weavers. They do get the Web Weavers now, so they're probably going to look to push the bottom keep in, especially with this siege camp. And then that top Web Weaver probably gets, probably both forts go down, because most likely Amethyst is going to look to defend here. try to get as much or keep as much as they can out of the keep as possible. But it's already going down. The siege camp is taken out, though. So we'll see if they can defend here. Blaze is... I'm sorry, no, not Blaze. Varian gonna charge in. Blaze did try to jet propulsion, but he seemed to get stopped there. As the isolation going out, I think I saw the Blessed Shield as well. Varian very low, as is Morales. Morales has to be careful because that could be an easy Genji Swift Strike. But it's going to be Lucio after Varian. Boggs also falling now. Orphea as well? Does in fact, so the keep does go down. But a 3-for-1 trade so far here as Blaze is going to get the stim drone. Looking for that movement speed. And also looking for this Johanna. Now, Jurassic Monk has to be super careful here. Johanna can't do a lot of damage, but she can do enough. And does get the kill. As... I don't know, guys. I think that was a mistake. You got to protect your Morales here. Oh, no! Yahtzee, you didn't kill the Johanna! Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. 105 stacks for the Chomp quest here for Orphea. Subdue not completed, as well as Soundwave, Subwoofer rather. So not quite there yet. 89 stacks on Unfurling Shadows. High King's quest not yet completed. We'll take a look here in a second and see what he's missing. My guess is that it's kills, because you have to have 5 kills on the enemy. I believe this is also before Varian saw his adjustment. Yeah, so he still has the original. He's a god. Look at him go. Yeah. That dallying pig with basically 1 hit point. Let's see. We wanted to check on Varian, so that's, I believe, 6. Varian is missing 1 takedown. So yeah, those kills that they've gotten 9 kills to the 20 of Frank's Furters, but he's not been there for all of them. He's been dead for some of them. So looking for 1 more to get ultimately that additional 10 damage on each auto attack. And we're going to see here Frank's Furters coming around behind. They don't have a Blaze here, and it's just going to be Morales once again, like completely isolated from the rest of her team. Living Bomb going to spread, and Sylvanas going to get that kill onto the Lucio, but so many other heroes falling low here as Sylvanas getting the kill onto Johanna, but Genji able to find that Kael'thas. And Genji's looking to try to deal with the Sylvanas too. I don't know. Genji might fall here. Genji might fall if they commit. I don't know that they should commit. And it looks like they're fine. So 2 for 2. Gonna see the rotation and get that 26 gems turned in for Varian. So a little bit over halfway now to the next Web Weavers for Phoenix Rising Amethyst. Frank's Furters got quite a ways to go. Sitting about 10%, roughly. And right now, just clearing up these lanes, pushing them out a little bit. Neither team has a distinct advantage, so they can't really go hard into this. Now, there is enough for Phoenix Rising Amethyst to turn in and get Web Weavers. They still have not gotten down a fort. So what would be ideal for them is if they could get a boss and a Web Weaver push together. But the only way they can do that is if they can actually get some kills and not lose their own players. So they got to protect the Morales here. Right now they got to protect the Varian, as it looks like Varian going to fall. And at this point, like... Okay. So I think your second stim drone target is Sylvanas here, guys. Like, she does... Like, half of her damage is from auto attacks, especially once she gets the triple from her black arrows. Blaze, in fact, Blaze, I think, probably does the least amount of auto attacks. like maybe if he's doing them in an AoE, he gets a bunch of damage, but not into single targets here for sure. And we're gonna see now Frank's Furt is coming in onto the boss. They know they're doing it. Oh, the gravity lapse went out, so that loses the stun here. The sound barrier coming out. Kael'thas getting low is going to fall. However, loads of damage going out on Frank's Furters. 2 are going to fall. Orphea is going to get the Morales once again. Johanna, however, going to fall to the Blaze, and they're looking for Orphea. They get the Orphea. Now they want the Dahaka. Can they get the 5-man kill? They're looking for it. The jet propulsion coming in. Essence used. Sylvanas is able to do a lot of damage, but it doesn't look like they can get the kill. Now, they do have Varian. Varian can solo this boss in that 45 seconds. They need to start this before Blaze gets the turn in. Oh, they missed it! Oh, I'm so triggered! Oh, Blaze! Caius! Oh! And the bot lane is stacking catapults, so this Webweaver's just gonna, like, pop right here, deal with these catapults. Oh my gosh. Oh, Amethyst, that was the perfect opportunity. That boss plus Webweavers would have gotten you the keep for sure. Well, maybe not for sure, but probably, definitely probably. Fort goes down, the first fort of the game for Phoenix Rising Amethyst, 23 minutes into this game. And they're going to pull back. They're going to head for the other lanes, which frankly is a good thing for them to do. They were very split. They didn't have all their heroes. So, you know, pushing into the top lane, they weren't going to be able to get that. They can't really do anything with bot lane. That Webweaver is so far back, but they are going to head down here. They're going to clear this wave and push up the Webweaver. I expect that Frank's Furters is going to clear this up and be able to defend here at the bot lane. Blazes is covering from the back, so I do like that because they've had a number of rotations that came from behind, and you know that's really helpful. I think he could have also been right here potentially. That would have been a little bit far forward, but it gives them, you know, most of the vision, especially since they saw where the other team was. But I don't mind that. I mean, because they had plenty of vision forward from that perspective if they were they being Frank's Furters, if they were coming in from there. Both teams sitting at about half of the gem count of what they would need to turn in. Lucio going to go up and check, as well as Dahaka. So they're looking at this boss. They know they're not here, so they're pulling back. So that was a burrow that was used, or I'm sorry, a brush stalker. So Dahaka doesn't have his gank potential now. So if they're gonna get a 5-man, you know, attack squad, they gotta actually do it with Dahaka when he's there. So the rotation's coming up from Phoenix Rising Amethyst now. Are they gonna start the boss? They are gonna start the boss, and with a stim drone, no less. This is gonna go very quickly for them. It looks like maybe Frank's Furters is looking to try to close this out with a core rush. Boss is going to be taken, so the boss itself, like if everybody dies, I think the boss itself would be able to finish that keep and possibly the core. So we'll see how this goes. This is a big play here. All 5 of Phoenix Rising Amethyst are here, 77% on the core. Dahaka's going to get the gravity lapse, is going to use that burrow to move away. Boggs trying to Hearth, uses the X strike here. Let's zoom all the way out so we can catch all this action. Boggs, Genji gonna fall eventually here. There it is. So just the 1 kill, but this boss is now gonna get to work in this lane. We'll see how much damage it can get, as there are still 4 members from Frank's Furters to deal with it, as Johanna is going to back, was looking maybe to stall. Now we're gonna get the Bruiser camp here going in the mid lane. Now, Sylvanas did not go Merc Queen, so she doesn't have the same value. Now, again, look at how much damage this boss did, even with all 4 members here. So that was a good call for them to go onto the core, I think. They just didn't quite get what they needed to. In fact, they didn't even get any permanent damage on the core at that point, 77% still. So Siege Camp picked up now for Phoenix Rising Amethyst. Genji, 10 seconds away. And there's not a lot to do on the map. I mean, I was just going to say, like, turn in what you can, but I think that what would have been ideal here is looking for the Frank's Furters team and trying to engage when you have the 4v5. But Genji's back now. And we can see here where these heroes are. Now, this is a problem. Let's look at this vision. Let's see. Is it V? I don't remember what the vision is. I'm sorry. I thought it was V. Oh, I can't do it on this. That's right. Because the overlay doesn't work because this is a older patch. So anyways, like, gotta be careful here. So we do see Kael'thas and Sylvanas up in the top lane. So Phoenix Rising Amethyst has been getting picked all game. So they cannot split apart. Certainly Brushstalker is back up for Dahaka. He's got that contagion too. So they need to not be stacked either. So they can't be too far apart, but they can't be too close together. Looks like Kael'thas just gonna walk right into the Dahaka. There's the charge in from Varian. And Stim Drone going out. Dahaka going to fall. And we're gonna see now with the kill, they're gonna have enough gems. Webweaver's coming up. Genji is still a huge threat. Dahaka, I think, if anybody was gonna fall on the side of Frank's Furters, I think Dahaka is probably the one that would be the safest to have fall and still be able to defend this. But this top keep is very low, and this Webweaver's coming right into it. We do have Combustion, Wailing Arrow, both available. All of the ultimates are on the side of Frank's Furters available as well, though. So, gonna have to protect that Morales and Kael'thas. Here comes Sylvanas. That's another target you really want to protect here if you want to keep this push moving forward. This Kael'thas getting pulled in is sitting about half health. There's the Stim Drone coming out looking for the Orphea, falling very low as Blessed Shield gonna stop that engage. But the Webweaver making its way to the core, and now Varian as well, just getting right onto it here. The Crushing Jaws coming out, gets the Blaze. Silence out though, and that's going to be Lucio taken out. They're going to look for the Orphea, and she's going to fall next. And even though the Webweaver is down, the shielding is down as well. And this core with Varian on it is dropping so quickly. 29 minutes into this game, it looks like Phoenix Rising Amethyst gonna stick it out. And if that's not a textbook case of it ain't over till it's over, I don't know what is. At one point in that game, I think Frank's Furters was 15 or so kills ahead. They had all the structures down, and Phoenix Rising Amethyst eventually pulled it together. They started to stick together as a team. They protected their backline, and they were able to get that spread damage between Sylvanas and Kael'thas to push back Frank's Furters. So good on them to really make that happen here. All right, so that went over to Phoenix Rising Amethyst. And close that out. All right, our next game is going to be Volskaya Foundry, and this was the selection of Frank's Furters. So all of the games being selected by Frank's Furters. It looks like we're going to have ourselves a best of 3 series that goes all the way to 3 games. Goody goody. Currently 7:30. Oh my goodness. We need to get on this quickly. I have a raid in an hour, or a half hour. The draft was really strong in that game. You know, I think it would have been better with the taunt variant. I think that if they had taunt variant, then Sylvanas stacks easier. The spread damage from Living Bomb happens better. The Kael'thas flame strikes happen better. I think that Phoenix Rising Amethyst put themselves in a little bit of a precarious position, hoping that everything would come online eventually. It did, but I think that they could have potentially done that earlier, not had as many deaths if they went into a taunt variant. And you know what? And I'm gonna say it, and not convection. I mean, yeah, you get the extra flame strike damage, but if you go into Mana Addict there, you have more mana, obviously, but you also have that shield, and that shield on Kael'thas would have been clutch several times in that game. I mean, how many globes did Kael'thas get? I mean, probably 60, 70 in a 30-minute game, maybe more. That was a very long game. All right, so game number 3 is going to be on Volskaya Foundry. Give me a moment to just pop in the team overlay here. Oh, we're getting some other picks here, so okay, all right. Not the Butcher, it's Uther. I don't know why, but when you type in Uther, it pulls up the Butcher. All right, all set. Let's get this game going. Pop up the maps here. And load this up. Blaze and KT dealt so much damage in teamfight. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Blaze's damage primarily comes from his ability to do AoE damage, and it started to really work out for Phoenix Rising. That the Frankfurters team was kind of stacked together, not everybody at all times, but enough. And that allows Blaze's auto attacks to spread. That allows combustion to get value. And also, I mean, at level 20, combustion is no joke. You get that extra movement speed, and slowing your opponents on top of it. Pretty fantastic. Down to 8%. There we go. Okay, turn that off. Turn that off. All right, here we go. Oh, you know what? Real quick, let me tell you the bans. From Frank's Furters, the bans on this map were Blaze, Kael'thas, and Sylvanas. Huh, I wonder why. Honorable Sky and Foundry? Seems legit. Phoenix Rising banned out the Raynor, the Orphea, and the Stukov. So, Orphea, another hero that on this map gets a lot of value. Don't hate me for this, because I thought the Orphea was great in Game 1. I didn't think it was as valuable in Game 2 with the team comp that was there. But I understand why, certainly, in Game 3 they'd want to ban that out. And also Stukov. I mean, Stukov gets a lot of value here. So, let's see. Let's go ahead and get onto the game and pop this up. See, Convection and Gelon is kind of a noob trap. It is, yeah, no offense to their player. Seems really good on the surface, but realistically, you get a lot more survivability with Mana Addict. For sure. And there were a couple of times where, with Mana Addict, with that shield, that Kael'thas lives for even one more spell, and people die. It's one of those things that, like, it's really great. If you're going to win the game early, then awesome. All right, let's go ahead and start off here on the right with Phoenix Rising Amethyst coming out of a big win on Tomb of the Spider Queen, tying up the best of 3 series 1-1. We're going to have Rewind on the Li Ming, Yahtzee on Greymane, Jurassic Monk playing the Deckard Cain, Boom No Slack on the Muradin, and Caius. CEO. It's not. It can't be Caius. Chaos. We'll go with Chaos. Chaos? Oh, it could be Chaos on Imperius. Over here for Frank's Furters on the left, we've got DJ Coldcuts on the Rexar. Magic Master going to be playing Leoric? That's different. Okay. Indecisive on the Uther. Boggs playing the Zul'jin, and Dowling Pig reprising his role on the ETC. And our level 1 talents, what do we got? We got the Scroll of Identify for Deckard, looking for the roots and getting ultimately some armor reduction there. Muradin, going into that 3rd win, wants that self-sustain. Valorous brand upgrade here for Imperius, giving him that % damage based on his brand targets there. What is this? Wolfheart, so reducing the cooldown on his Inner Beast. And Li Ming coming in over the wall there. Rewind going into Power Hungry, so looking for those globes to not only get additional mana, but also provide some spell power for 20 seconds. We're going to see here the quick rotation in as soon as these are up from Phoenix Rising Amethyst. Now, Dowling Pig coming in, but he's just checking as they will move on to their own. Indeed, Berserk, yeah. Let's see, what do we got over here for Frank's Furters? So we've got the Osirian Renewal, giving him that instant, heal over time. The instant heal over time, there you go. Also, the Headhunter for Zul'jin, gonna be looking for those kills to... Oh, no, I'm sorry, that's Recklessness. Derp. I was originally going to say recklessness, and I was like, nah, it's not recklessness. Definitely it's recklessness. Looks like Prog Rock, I think, for ETC. Looking for those globes. And we've also got, so this is a little bit of a deviation too here, Wave of Light. So looking to get the additional duration on the armor quest there. Oh, the interruption from Misha definitely just saved Boggs there. You know, they lost the Misha for it, but interrupting that dwarf toss from Muradin, no question that saved the Zul'jin. And then we also have the easy prey, so Misha getting additional auto attack damage and taking less from minions and mercenaries. Fair enough. So fight over the support camp here as Greymaine's in the bot lane as well as Leoric. And I would really like it if Greymane was here. And those potions pretty far away from the point, so not able to provide that much help to the Phoenix Rising team, but they are going to be able to secure the point and get the biotic emitter. Did they keep their turret too? No way. They did, because it was on Greymane. Wow. Not only did they get all of that, they also forced Frank's Furters to use their turret. So no kills from that, though. Neither team ultimately able to succeed in killing anyone on the other team, but Greymane and Empirus going to get onto the siege camp. So this is a really fantastic play. I like that Muradin is holding this, especially so defensively, right? He can hang out over here. He can leave. Nobody else on the team really has that same capability. Imperius kind of, maybe Greymane if he was already in wolf form, but ultimately Muradin's the one that you want holding that point and doing it so defensively because your team's sitting on the siege camp. Level 4 is available. Looks like we've got Li Ming going into the orb build here, at least so far. Level 7's up for Frank's Furters here. And again, the ruby, like the potion's just too far away for the team to use here. There goes the turret. So now they're kind of like, I think they could have just pulled back, but they're going to stick it out. They've got the biotic emitter. They kill the Misha, looking for a celestial charge. They don't get it. Power slide coming in onto 3, and now things are looking less good for Phoenix Rising Amethyst as they moved away from their emitter there. Oh no! Oh, they got the kill onto ETC. The reset's coming in for Li Ming as they get the kill now onto Uther. Boomnoslack has a sliver of health, but it's okay. Third wind doing work. And the first protector going over to Phoenix Rising Amethyst. By the way, 2 kills to none. This is the first time in this series that they have been ahead in the kill count. Great start for Phoenix Rising Amethyst so far in this match. That said, Greymane getting very low here, going in onto the Rexar, getting some help from his team. Can they get the kill? Oh, the glove from the Protector, aimed perfectly, getting that Rexar kill. 3 kills to none. And even with this XP lead, Leoric soaking in the bot, ETC soaking in the mid here, we're going to see a lot of value out of this Protector, getting the full wall, getting the well as well. But I don't know why they're pulling back. They have got a huge minion wave. They just dropped Ruby. Go in. Like, kill the wave and kill the fort, guys. This is a 5 on essentially 3 because ETC wasn't here. Now he's here, and now it's where it gets to be a danger. Like, they just waited too long. If they committed to that, they get the fort. They don't lose the Greymane. But that's okay. That's okay. They're still up. They're a level behind, though. They should be able to get it before control point B. So they need to soak these lanes, especially this bot lane, because look at how much value Leoric was able to get in that bot lane. They need to soak these lanes, and they need to not look for fights once that level 10 hits. Which concerns me, because they haven't really displayed that conservative nature earlier. We saw that in Tomb of the Spider Queen, where they didn't die, but they certainly were interested in taking fights. And we are going to get the camp. Greymane going back for the turret here. This is good. Goodbye, Muradin. No? Really? All right. I mean, I think it would have been worth a mosh pit, like, to take out the Muradin there. Because then you can easily rotate up, grab this support camp, maybe even push this because you've got a siege camp, and minions. Yeah, that's okay. So Misha's gonna fall here as Li Ming is soaking bottom against the Leoric. Muradin making his way into the mid, and the biotic emitter is going to get picked up here by Frank's Furters. So they do have the mosh pit looking for it now. They get 2. The stun coming out. Divine Shield as well coming out. So it looks like Imperius could fall. Oh, Deckard Kane with the Lornado, not quite in time. Oh, the Dwarf Toss into the Entomb. Feels bad if you're Muradin, as ETC knocking him back away, not going to let him out as Muradin's going to fall. Li Ming trying to get that damage from afar here. Did go into Calamity at 7, so not going to get the extra damage from those far orbs. I don't know if I like that. And I say that as a strong opponent to orb build not all that long ago, but against this team on this map, I think orb build would have been fantastic, and Calamity puts Li Ming in a lot of danger. She has to really be 100% certain that when she casts teleport, she's going to kill somebody. So Leoric, once again, pushing in the bot lane, clearing the minions, getting that XP. There's no well down here now, so if this game gets to a control point C, it's going to be much more difficult for Phoenix Rising Amethyst to succeed. Control point is getting started here by Phoenix Rising Amethyst. They're up absolutely nothing. Sorry, they're up in the fact that they've got the well down up here. That's it. Shui, I saw that you sent me a message, but I couldn't read it because, you know, casting. Greymaine's very low here, so he's going to come up here, gather up all of the potions on the point, probably, that Deckard just left. And Leoric making his way up. They do have level 13 talents. Let's just pop these up real quick here. 15 for Deckard. Is it 16 that he needs? 16, so he needs one more. Progrock needs one more as well. And, you know, Uther's sitting pretty far on that wave of Light Quest, too. Muradin's going to get the Avatar off. He does get stunned here. The Leoric getting that Entomb, so no deaths so far. Good on them to make it out. Misha's going to get that charge onto Imperius, and now Imperius in a bit of danger. He's just going to go right back in, try to get that stun, pop that Wrath, I'm sorry, not Wrath, Angelic Armaments. ETC gonna get the massive mosh pit here. Divine Shield not even necessary, and that's going to be a kill onto the Li Ming. Make it a double kill onto the Muradin. The only potential there was maybe if Imperius could have jumped in with the Celestial Charge, but he was right here on this conveyor belt. I don't think he had even a remote chance of that happening. And that's going to give the percentage now going over to Frank's Furters. Raid night, yes, it is. We will be raiding at 8 o'clock, so go ahead and log in. I'll be joining as soon as this match is done. Oh, I forgot to turn off the overlay. Let me turn that off. $14 to $12, level 13s. The advantage in favor here. We get the Celestial Charge onto Zul'jin. Gonna get knocked away there. Entomb onto 3. This is huge. Power Slide in, gonna help secure the Li Ming and make it a double kill, as make it a triple kill. Sorry, a quad kill? Do they get Yahtzee? I think they get Yahtzee. They do get Yahtzee. And Phoenix Rising Amethyst kind of losing a little bit of their coordination that they had early in this game. The power slides in from ETC, and I mean, I hate to harp on the subject, but I think a lot of that comes from the fact that they have teleport Li Ming. She wants to be close enough to get in, get those kills. I think that if she was 10 steps back, lobbing orbs, I think this is a different game. She also then is able to use that wave of force to interrupt maybe that first mosh pit. I don't know. Second mosh pit, I guess. The mosh pit that was on the point. But we're going to see the rotation down into mid lane here as the top fort going down. The first fort of the game. 11 minutes-ish into the game here. Lornado coming out, not quite able to catch anybody. And it looks like we're going to continue on to this. Tower going down. And this is a problem. I'm going to keep highlighting this, guys. The Ruby potions are worthless if you don't position them in a place where your team can get them. I guess it does increase your damage of your Heraldric Cube, but you gotta position those better if your team's not gonna go in, which they would. I mean, this is Murden and Imperius. They want to be in that fight, but not right now. They don't. And there it goes, Protector down. So a lot of damage, a lot of value out of this Control Point B Protector. And with the soak that they've been getting, Frank's Furters sitting at 16 now, a full tier ahead of Phoenix Rising Amethyst. And this is kind of where PRA was, you know, last game. They're a little bit behind in the kills now, but ultimately they need to catch this soak. They need to be working on getting, you know, camps, getting the lanes, keeping everything defendable here. And that becomes increasingly difficult, especially when that next Protector comes up. I don't think that Frank's Furters will be able to get level 20 before Control Point C comes up. So I think, at least from that perspective, these teams should be on the same talent tier when that happens. But we're going to see the stun onto ETC. He's going to get the Divine Shield power slide on out. Lyrics going to get the Entomb. Solo Mosh onto the Murden, I think. Yep. Murden's going to get taken out there, but so does ETC, looking for the kills, the resets. Oh, Li Ming just gets taken out. Uther, the next to fall, still going to be able to use that flash of light healing. There's a turret here. Nobody's picking it up. I guess they couldn't? No, they just had to wait for Zul'jin to do so. So a 2-for-2 trade, probably about the best PRA could have hoped for there, given the invade and being down a talent tier. So equalizing there gives them actually a little bit more XP. And I mean, this is a strong front line. They got the Leoric, ETC, and Rexar / Misha. So I mean, it's very difficult to go into this. And Misha can heal herself. That's right now, that's really the only sustainable option is the Misha. But they're gonna get this fort down. So all 3 forts now down on the side of PRA. And this control point here is the next one coming up, and it's the danger zone. And I think that ultimately, if you are PRA, you want to find a fight. The Murden being split out here by himself, you know, that it rings too much to me of game number 2, where the team was split and they were getting isolated and killed, and it's really easy for that to happen. You've got a Leoric and Tomb that can isolate. You've got the mosh pits. You've got the charge, and that's exactly what they're gonna do. They're looking for this Murden. They're coming around behind Murden. Murden catching a whiff, but what's he doing? Oh, he tries to dwarf toss, but he got knocked out of it. Good night. Oh, the Deckard. Does Deckard save Murden with the Lornado? No. Okay. They might lose the Greymane even. Greymane did drop the turret, so at least they don't lose the item as well. And that's... I feel like a prophet. It just said that was going to happen, and then it happened. Turret goes down. They're picking up the camp here. ETC is going to power slide in onto the Imperius. Going to be another kill. That's a good Ruby, just unfortunately too late. Because that's, I mean, that's what, 10? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think that was actually more. I guess they must have increased the limit, because it used to be you could only get 10. 3 lesser healing potions last for 10 seconds. So pretty sure there was a limit of 10 before they made the change with the Heraldric Cube there and the gems doing additional damage. But yeah, I mean, that was 12 potions. 12 potions at almost 500 healing per. That'll heal anybody to full, except for Deathwing, of course. Now they're looking for the Murden once again. They're going to get the route onto ETC. Lornado going to come back and push them back here. So all 5 members of PRA are on the map. They got to make it happen now. I mean, this is it. This Protector, they're going to get level 20 out of this. They're playing a little defensive, but there's no Rexar here. Like, they have to make this their play. Get a kill or 2 so that then, even if Franks gets the Protector, they at least have a better chance at defending. Now, this is a tough call. Minute and a half of Protector. Gonna have level 20s coming in. And I think if... I think if I'm Franks, you know, you don't have to push too well. Never mind. They got the XP from the lane. I was gonna say you don't have to push too hard here. Get level 20 first, then go balls to the wall. Fort already down. Celestial charge onto ETC. He's gonna be looking for this mosh pit. There it is with the divine shield. I think Wave of Force went out, but because of the Divine Shield, it did not interrupt the mosh pit, as Muradin and Greymane going to fall. The Imperius was able to survive, rather. The Zul'jin popping that, whatever it's called, Taz Dingo. Gonna be able to get 2 kills because of it. And that looks like it's gonna be Frank's Furters making their way onto the core with his 20 advantage, having the protector go down there, but they've got the biotic emitter. They have a turret now. They're using all their items. I would have loved it if Boggs would have just gotten killed by the core. They're so close. But that's ultimately going to be Frank's Furters taking a 2-1 victory over Phoenix Rising Amethyst. But let's show our stats here for just a moment. 18 kills to 6. Muradin did not get his stacks. And look at Zul'jin, 56 stacks. That's absolutely just bonkers. Also, I don't know. I think for Li Ming, I think I might have taken Diamond Skin for the shield. If you're already going into this, like, yeah, this is the extra damage, but if you're dying, you know, 4 deaths, like, I think that might have been helpful. I don't know. The Illusionist certainly helps as well. I don't know. I think Orb build would have been the way to go. But that is it for them. So, you know what? Let's take a look at the standings. How are our teams doing as of current standings? And we see there Frank's Furters 4 points, Phoenix Rising Amethyst 2 points. So it looks like PRA probably got 1 point from a 2-1 loss there from somebody. Frank's Furters, probably the same thing. A 2-1 victory over another team. Either that or they played 3 games and lost both of them. Or 3 matches and lost both of the other 2. Who knows? But ultimately, number 7 and number 8 currently. And with Team Elite, Game of Thrones and one more fight behind them. So there you go. Division D East, ladies and gentlemen. And that's going to be it for our replay cast. We'll show you quick here, just the maps, just to have that popped up for everybody to be aware of, you know, for your scouting when you guys come back and check this out in the future. And that's it. So Phoenix Rising Amethyst 1 point, Frank's Furters 2 points, and that's it for our replay cast for tonight. Now that being said, we're not done for casting tonight. Tonight we're gonna see the Tidecaller Murgles versus the Bloodfin Murgles, I think, in a Division C West. And we're looking for the end of a streak, not the winning streak. We're looking to see which team is going to break their losing streak, as both teams right now are 0-4 on their map score. So make sure you tune in tonight. That is going to be at 11 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Pacific Time. Other than that, have a great night, everybody. Thanks for joining me.